Hello, my friend. It's so good to see you. It's so good to feel you being here with me in this moment where nothing is missing, where nothing needs to be fixed, nothing needs to be done, to be changed. And I invite you to just simply rest. Rest with me as the oneness we are, beyond all thoughts, beyond all definitions, beyond all beliefs of right and wrong. I love you, and you're so beautiful. Thank you for your precious time. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak the words that heal all hearts as one. Everything you believe about yourself is untrue. All the thoughts about who you are, where you come from, and where you're going are illusory, imagined. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It simply isn't the truth of who you are. Because who you are in truth is too vast, too wonderful, too magical, too all-encompassing, radiant and beautiful to ever be put into words, to ever be categorized, defined, and put into mental drawers. This is one of the deepest wounds in all human hearts, being treated like an object, being made an object in the perception of others that can be categorized, defined, limited to a string of words, to certain descriptions. Imagine doing that to little children, and it is still commonplace in these days. Happened to me. I remember the pain of that, and I can still feel it now, and maybe you can too. You know, it's abusive to paste your projections onto children who are still so free, so radiant, so themselves, without the need to understand themselves, right? To describe everything about them, to make it logical and reasonable. And that is where the magic comes from. Where the magic comes from. Embracing the mystery of life without having to figure it all out. And that is humanity's main disease, having to figure everything out with the mind, with logic, with causality. Telling children in school, for example, you are this as opposed to that. You are a good boy and you are a bad girl. You're patient, you're impatient, you are creative, you aren't creative. You're smart, you're dumb, you know? What happens when you stifle, suppress the natural aliveness in children by forcing them into this mental prison? And this is why I say everything you believe about yourself is untrue, because it has been given to you by other people. It hasn't been a pure and direct meeting with yourself, right? A direct and authentic revelation about yourself. No, it's other people telling you who you are. It's other people telling you who you need to be, what is right and what is wrong. And so most of us were never even given the chance to discover who we are. We were forced to adopt the conceptions of others who completely took advantage of the fact that they were older and bigger and spent more time on earth than we had. It's such a disease. Treating children like they need to be formed and shaped in some rigid and particular way. Nature doesn't work like that. Nature expands organically, and all you and I, all we have to do is create the right conditions. Create the right conditions, an environment, an atmosphere where growth can happen by itself. But as soon as you inject yourself into the equation by believing, right? Deluding yourself into believing that you need to control this process. You know where things need to go and who this person needs to be. It's abuse. It's abuse. And it's abuse that has been completely normalized. Completely normalized. We're abusing each other all the time. All the time. We're abusing ourselves and others all the time by limiting each other in our minds and projecting that onto each other. Completely squeezing the naturalness, the aliveness out of relationships. A true, harmonious, healthy relationship can only be based on mystery. Embracing the mystery, embracing the undefinedness of each other, of the moment, of where all of this is leading. As soon as you have a fixed agenda of where things need to go, you are abusing the other person and yourself. But since it starts from childhood, it starts very early on in most cases, we go through life for many, many, many years without even thinking about it, without even questioning it. But I want to extend this invitation to you to open up to the possibility that who and what you truly are is much grander, much more immense, vast, beautiful, astonishing, limitless than anything you have been led to believe about yourself. No concept, no string of words could ever capture the infinite potential you are. You are a beautiful gift to this world and a mystery. As soon as you try to capture beauty and dissect it with your mind, beauty is lost. Same goes for love. As soon as you try to hold on to love, you strangle it. You know, love is like a beautiful butterfly that lands on your hand. If you try to hold it, you kill it, you destroy it. Just leave your hand open. And that takes faith and trust in the universe and in yourself, in the way you have been created to be. Well, for all intents and purposes, you didn't create yourself. Or do you remember creating yourself? I don't. So I like the notion of being a beloved child of God. An infinite, loving and immaculate creator who has shaped me, who has shaped you, who has shaped us all. And I truly believe that the solution to all of our problems we might point out in humanity, in our society, can be easily resolved by each and every one of us, remembering and embracing the uniqueness we are, and letting all those restrictions, obligations, all this heaviness of performing who we are, performing our lives, letting all that go, letting all that crumble, because it will crumble. It will crumble. It is already crumbling. Everything that is false is crumbling. And what remains is truth, is beauty, is love. And that is who you are. That is who I am, and that is who we all are. And we will find out more and more what happens when love meets love, when truth meets truth, when beauty interacts with beauty. And that is heaven on earth, here and now. Amen. I love you. Thanks for watching. See you soon.